Good evening, hi, and welcome to Saturday Night Sega. Hello everyone. Only playing the one track before or after the title this week because it was 6.5 minutes long, and that's quite long for an opening track. And you know, last week we did quite a bit of babbling, and this week we're likely to do even more babbling, but we actually have to finish in time for midnight so that Sega Fantasy Zone can follow us, because I don't think they were best impressed with us a fortnight ago. But I don't care. I'm the owner of Radio Sega, people. Hi. Right, okay, I have two guests on with me. The first one you might recognise a little bit because, well, he was on the Sega Fun back in November. I can't remember when, but he was. And we've also been kind of taking the mickey out of him a little bit for the past couple of weeks, which is what's prompted the appearance. So, ladies and gentlemen, flying all the way over from Emerald Coast, I would like to welcome Vger! Hello!
Hello!
Hi. And I'm just going to pause echo here because this is something that we meant to do last week and completely forgot.
There's one they fear. In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Hello everybody! Fusrodar indeed! It's me and I'm back to torment your airwaves once more.
Rah! Yes, so that's TitansCreed. Obviously, Fusrodar, everyone... Oh! Someone's iPhone's gone off. That was actually quite loud.
Wasn't mine. All I've noticed is the IRC going nuts all of a sudden. It's going, Vger, Vger, Vger. I turn up randomly and I get a lot of welcomes. I'm going to have to do it more often.
Yes. Yeah, it's not. We don't tend to have you on Radio Sega that often. I say aside from Sega Fun, I don't think I've ever had you on a Saturday night actually.
To be honest, I don't remember the Sega-thon.
It might have been quite.
I think you should let Phil do a show on Radio Sega, and it might prompt him to do more shows instead of being tied to an SSR airwave.
I've currently got that thing on hiatus for it. I'm still trying to figure out after 3 seasons what I really want to do with it.
Does it really matter? Have you ever seen what I do when I'm on here with Gavvie? Gavvie goes, I don't really have a plan. I'm like, we should do this! And he's like, meh. And then we just go on a tangent anyway, so it doesn't really work.
I tend to find that not having a plan has served me well over the last 92 episodes. I don't think this one's going to be any different. So
you're doing well for 92.
Well, this is number 93, so we're doing very 93. Well. In the way it's planning out, actually, episode 100 should be there or thereabouts with the 2-year anniversary. So, hurrah!
Have you actually recorded? Was it 95? That's the episode. No, because you might not be going to London on the Saturday now, might you?
Not at present. It would be episode 95 though. Yes. Well, it wasn't London. It was Manchester. But yeah, it's unlikely that I'll be up there.
Is it? I thought it was London Anime Con.
Yeah, that's the Sunday. I'd be flying down on the Sunday. I think. I don't need to be there till the evening, so I'm going to go down on the Sunday.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It was brought to my attention a little earlier. I don't know if anyone can fill us in on this. Maybe Silver Sonic will. Apparently, Radio Nintendo have got a show on at the exact same time as ourselves. Which
really?
You'd have thought.
How convenient.
You'd have thought they might have actually planned that, you know, seeing as we do try and plan it so that the two shows never really, you know, there's the two stations, seeing as we're kind of affiliates.
Yeah, well,
don't tend to.
you're not. Phil's not affiliated with it anymore, is he? So.
No, he is.
Or, well,
Still got
he's affiliated, but not in a like he's organising shows going where type manner anymore.
Oh no, very true, very true.
So you've just got people that probably don't even listen to the stream or know it exists, just having, I want to do this show here.
Very true, very true. Oh well, I don't mind, because at the end of the day, half the time they cheat to get listeners anyway, so never mind.
How can you cheat to get listeners?
Because they don't, the way that they've got like the radio stream, they just get people signing in from here, there and everywhere. It doesn't take IP addresses.
They basically don't have unique IPs, Red, is what he's saying.
Oh, right. So basically it just counts the number of sign-ins that people could sign in and sign out.
That actually has worked against them because they have done that. They have so many listeners, so it's actually costing them more to keep operational.
Yeah.
All right. I
I've just had
a similar server system to for Radio Sega then.
We're on Shoutcast, so we cap at 50. I've just had confirmation that the new show on Saturdays will clash with Sega Fantasy Zone when that's on, and not me. So there is actually a gap while we're on. So fantastic.
Oh, that's good. Good to hear.
Well, not fantastic because it still clashes, but yeah.
Emerald Coast on Radio Sega. When am I playing that? When did I play that?
As in,
no, I need because I'm the representative of.
Oh right, yes. Oh yeah, of course. I'm thinking the actual music. I'm thinking, what?
Yes.
No,
it's
because I mentioned that you should give Phil a slot. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
What about Andy? You gonna give Andy a slot?
Do you know what? Actually, I suggested it to him, and he seems to think it would be best if he didn't. I mean,
no, because I talked to him about this. He thinks that you might not be interested because of the pony malark.
To be quite fair, Silver Sonic says, "I'll let you know we don't cheat to get listeners." Not now. I remember you did. I remember. I'm not saying that you do now, but I remember the time when jokingly Radio Nintendo were like, "Oh, we've just got a listener cap of 99. What about you?" So it was more said in jest. You know, don't start getting your knickers in a twist. Anyway,
do they actually get that many listeners? Not 99, no. But how many listeners do they get on average? I mean, is it the same amount as Nintendo or Sega, or more than? Because I don't remember music from Nintendo games. I remember music from Sega games.
Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, but to be quite fair.
Yeah, but you got to remember we're Sega fanboys, and the Nintendo fanboys probably don't know anything about the Nintendo. Sega. Yeah, that'd be stupid.
Yeah, I'll admit that, but I've played Nintendo games. Their music isn't memorable. Except the Legend of Zelda stuff.
I realistically know is anything from Super Mario 64 generally, and anything from Mega Man because I listen to the Megas. So,
I think just being a general game person is I know a bit more. You know, you've got stuff like F-Zero, Mario, Zelda, Metroid a little bit, but not an awful lot. Anyway,
stop.
Ineagle Venato says that he recalls me going "yeah" when Tall Guy mentioned the word furry. Yeah, that was more going back to that point because I was going to actually go back to that anyway. The thing with Tall Guy is I'd actually love to have people on the show, and I don't really care what you natter about. It's more caring about if he was going to play music that is Sega related. I mean, as you've probably realised from the time that we've done Saturday Night Sega here, I hardly ever talk about Sega stuff. Even when there's stuff to talk about, I seem to find a way of dancing around it and talking about something else completely at random. So if Tall Guy wanted to do an hour or 2 hours on Radio Sega and just talk about My Little Pony, as long as the music's relevant to the station, I really could care less.
Well, that's the thing. The premise behind the show is talking about Sonic, Sega, ponies, furries, and he plays music from like Sonic, Sega, and ponies.
I will admit his last show was mostly pony. Not that I minded.
Well,
Yeah, well,
you're
a pony.
We will be.
so-
Yes, we will be touching on this. This is why you're here.
Oh dear.
I seem
You
to recall.
wanted to be here, don't sigh.
Yeah. No, I know. I need to defend my corner, don't I?
Well, to be quite fair, we have been relentlessly taking the Mickey out of you for the past fortnight, and you've not been here to defend yourself.
Yeah, I thought it was about time I stood up and let myself
It's
be
his
counted
own
along
fault
with
if he
all the other
chooses
pony
not
fans.
to join the IRC and listen live, Gavvie.
Yeah, especially when we actually mention it on Twitter that we're taking the Mickey, and you're still like, wait, what?
Well,
you know.
it was a case of the last 2 weeks. I've been in a phone call when you've been doing this, so
Now that's not our
that's my
fault.
excuse.
Right, okay then.
I don't have a phone call tonight, so I'm good.
Anyway,
Yeah, well, if you... Yes.
so, Sega news.
Sega's
Just as a point-
stuff.
Just as a point, D'Artagnan's written in the IRC, I think this pseudo-rivalry between SSR, Radio Sega and Radio Nintendo is getting a bit retarded. Well, I use it more in jest. I don't have a rivalry with anybody. You know, I just like...
Your station's better than both of theirs.
As in the position that I am in, I feel that should anything that I would say that would harm Radio Sega as a station would be a bit detrimental to the cause. But that, you know, Chaos Blue says SSR, in my opinion, is far from this in terms of listeners. Yeah, well, they've got more live shows. We've only really
no, they
got.
don't. They have one guaranteed show at the moment. I've only ever seen one show on a continuous thing, because the SSR tweet doesn't, make news of anybody that's on there. So the only person I know that's actually on every week is Turbo.
And even then, I very rarely see him actually using the SSR feed, Twitter feed. I mostly pick him up off his own SSR feed. Yeah.
The SSR needs to promote more to get more people.
It does. I know they're chasing new guys to do shows.
So am I.
Yeah.
Please come to me. My audio quality's better.
Ooh, tempting.
Yeah, it really is. But no, I'm not. Obviously, we're not in the industry or anything to be slating anybody, especially what we would consider competitors like SSR, Radio Nintendo, or maybe even to a smaller extent. I've actually noticed these past few weeks that Sonic Radio have been tweeting a lot about their radios, especially their afternoon live shows, which is very interesting.
Who's free in an afternoon?
I don't. Well, it's American, you see, so it's probably something it'd be like early
I
morning.
would just like to point out, because you can say that all these shows are going on SSR, but if you actually follow the SSR tweet feed, there is nothing that actually gets promoted except for Speed Nux Pie, and I think that's because he's the only one that has access to that Twitter feed.
I can tell you, everyone on SSR has access to that feed,
and they don't use it. There you go.
They don't use it.
It's ridiculous.
I
think it would be quite easy to set up a Twitter widget to go with something online that would turn around and say, this show is now live. I believe such a thing does exist.
I'm sure it does, but it can be surprisingly complicated to sort those things out at times unless you're skilled enough.
It's not my business to sort those things out. I'm not a webmaster. I come up with the ideas and pass them on. Bill, you should know this.
You post stuff on the sites. You don't run the back end.
Exactly. I'm the ideas man, as I'm sure you both well know.
Yes, you're an ideas man. Please let us suck your ideas.
I'm glad you said ideas there. that was going to end very badly for you there.
I very. After just saying things like that.
Yeah, it did not it would not have worked at all well for you.
Well,
no.
yeah.
But yes.
Yes.
Moving
Sega
swiftly on from things I almost said.
Yeah, and do. Oh dear.
After Gavvie decided that he didn't want Sega to post much Sega news, there wasn't much Sega news. So clearly Gavvie's mind has complete creative control of the Sega community feed.
Well, I suppose
congrats, Gavvie.
one thing that has actually quite amused me, if I'm being honest, is the fact that Sonic 4 Episode 1 got released on Android tablets with no fanfare whatsoever.
I believe you'll find that if you followed the Sega tweet feed, Sonic 4 Episode 2 was actually released on Android.
Really?
Yeah.
That was quick.
Yeah. They did kind of boob on that a bit, but it was Episode 1. Only there's been a bit of a glitch, and if you actually own the Samsung Galaxy Tab, either the Galaxy Tab or the Tab 10.1, it's not actually on there when it should be, because I asked Sega about it. They didn't know why it wasn't there, and they've looked into it and come back and gone, yeah, it should be there, but it's not. We're going to try and find out why. So if you actually own a Galaxy Tab or a Tab 10.1, it's not there as yet, but it should be there soon.
That's also not the only thing to do with the Android version. I believe they've done it so it has access to your permissions, so it can actually know when you're calling out or something at the moment.
Sega wants to know this stuff. They want to know who you're calling.
I have read about this. It would not concern me in the slightest because I don't use my tablet to make phone calls, but that's just obviously a personal opinion. I don't believe it would be used for actually logging phone calls. There's obviously some other permission in that would be bundled in that set, which
Sonic voice box, basically. You too can sound like Sonic.
Yeah. Check out the phone call. Whoa! I don't know. So yeah, no, that happened this week. It was actually kind of surprising that it just appeared. They put
it out on Steam a few weeks ago, so they're obviously trying to push it everywhere.
Well, I mean, to be quite fair, it makes sense that it's on Android. Seeing as Episode 2 is going to be released on Android. What I'm just saying is that there was no prior notice that it was coming out on Android. It just Sonic 4 Episode 1 is available to download now. Oh,
yeah, well,
okay.
Have they put CD on the Android yet? Have you got CD?
I've got CD. Sonic CD came out on Android the same time as the console versions.
Was Episode 1 actually linked to go on Android in the original trailer?
No, I don't think so.
No,
because it was for PC, but it's only just gone live. So
no, I think it's only come out on Android because Episode 2 is going to be released on Android. I mean, the actual Android version is apparently, according to I think it was Sonic Retro that I read this, or it was either Sonic Retro or Sonic Rex. It's the iPhone version with the high definition graphics from the iPad version, and something else to do with the window and the World Hub from the console versions.
Retro, because I didn't write that on. I didn't write that on the rec post. I'll tell you that.
No, that's fine. Yeah, it was retro then. It's basically the Android version is like a best of the others. So it's like the iPhone control scheme. So it's got that stupid thing that when you do a loop the Sonic stays static and the screen rolls round.
Oh, that just makes me a bit nauseous.
It just looks absurd. So it's got that bit.
It's a cool effect, but it throws you a little. It's like, what?
But
it breaks your concentration.
Yeah. So it's got that. It's got the high definition textures that was in the iPad version, and this includes the Android phone versions because Android is like a capture-all. So even the phones. Even the phone version is better than even the Android phone version is better than the iPhone version, and it's also got a static level screen, which is more like the console versions, which is a bit weird.
But what version of Android do you need as a minimum to play it?
I believe you would need Android 2.1, which seems to be pretty much the standard at the moment for games of that ilk. I will have a look on the Sega blog because it should say that on there. Because with it being Android, you normally do have to state this. But
Yeah.
I mean, these days phones shouldn't be running anything less than 2.1 anyway. If you've got something running 1.6, then to be quite fair, you're stupid and you should be upgrading your phone.
Yeah, I know people who run rubbish versions of Android and think they made a smart decision.
Yeah.
I like to smile at those people and pat them.
Oh no, it doesn't say on the Sega blog, which is a bit odd, but it does tell you on here. Yeah, it requires Android 2.1 and up, and they have actually said that there's a problem with there is errors with it running on Android 4.0, which is a bit strange because I'm on 2.3, but never mind, I'm sure it'll get fixed eventually. But yes, it costs, if you're at all interested, and English, because I obviously can't check any other, it costs £2.56.
It's a pretty good price.
Not bad, not bad.
I think the iPhone version was more.
Well, bear this in mind, when Sonic CD came out, it was £1.51 as an introductory price, but going by Android market... going by Android market at the moment, it has gone up to £3.23.
They'll drop it back down at some point once after 6 months or so, once they realise they're not making any sales anymore.
Yeah. Well, this is it's likely. I mean, to throw it into perspective, Choo Choo Rocket is 69p, and also an essential buy if you've actually got an Android phone or a tablet. Because
can you get Choo Choo Rocket for the iPhone?
Not so sure on iPhone. I know it's definitely on iPad. I don't know.
I'm going to go look now.
iTunes Store. I'm quite sure you can. Choo Choo Rocket.
Just we're going to go into a music break.
Is $1.99.
Android wins.
But Apple Store is more. How do I put it? Carefully gardened.
500 cheeserific puzzles.
Dear
Frantic,
Lord.
wonderful multiplayer battles on Wi-Fi and this Stone Age thing known as Bluetooth.
Yes,
Quickly
people
change
still
the
come with that.
bonuses. Tons of game modes.
There was a song that TitansCreed wanted me to play during this music break. Oh no, that's fine. I remembered it now. I was going to say I cannot remember what it was, but it's just occurred to me. We're going to go to a music break in a couple of minutes, people, because it's 10:30, and we need to probably keep a lid on how long we talk.
because we're all very boring people and don't have much to really say.
You may be, but I'm not.
I give the quietest one this evening so far, I think.
Mate, if I give you a recall of what I've done today, I am tired.
Fair enough. I've sat around and done nothing, and I probably should have done stuff.
I think what we should do is we should turn this into a conversational topic when we actually come back. There's another request that I wanted to put in. Tell you what, we were talking about Sonic 4. There was a request for some Sonic 4 music. I've not played that in a while. Let's get that
Mad Gear Act 1. Just for the guitar, then you can cut it off.
Do you know, funnily enough, it is actually Mad Gear Act 1 that got requested.
That's because every other song is rubbish.
Well, it's only a minute and a half long. Do you know, it's only a minute and a half long. We're going to make up the...
That's it. That's the best bit of it.
Let's actually because that's only a minute and a half long. I'm going to put another song in there just to make.
I mean, aren't you going for TitansCreed's previous request as well?
Yeah. No, that's in. It's good. I'm not just disregarding people. I know I have a tendency of doing it if someone happens to shout out Hatsune Miku, but no, I'm not just disregarding. Anyway, we're gonna have some music. Yeah, we're gonna start off with some music from a request by Kesman first of all, and then after that we've got the song that TitansCreed wanted, and then a song that I've just put in, which is just amazing, and then obviously as we stated, we'll finish off with Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1, and Mad Gear Act 1. So yes, I shall leave you to enjoy these wonders, and we will
See you
be back
soon.
about 10 minutes.
Saturday Night Sega with Gavvie, only on Radio Sega.
Okay, so we had 4 music tracks there for you, or rather, we're just finishing off Mad Gear Act 1. But to be quite fair, it loops around twice, so you've probably already heard it once. Sonic Hedgehog 4, Mad Gear Act 1, El Sferno Music and Unintentional, an overclocked remix from Castlevania Bloodlines. I like it a lot. Before that, Sonic Rider Zero Gravity and Catch Me If You Can, the Zero Gravity mix, and then before that, Knuckles Chaotix and Botanic Base Midnight Greenhouse. Yeah. During those batch of 4 music tracks, T-Bird popped into the IRC, so hello to you. It's the first time I've actually seen him turn up into the IRC without first asking me if there's a show on. So that means we're remembering what time it's on. So this is good.
Is that it?
That's about it. That's about it.
The whole show. Good night.
Yeah, that's it. Hi there, T-Bird. Welcome to Saturday Night Sega. We're just finishing now. no, really, we're not. We've got another hour of rambling to go yet. I'm actually in discussions with. I'm actually during this last music break. I've been in discussions with Tour Guy with regards to that radio show that he was doing and trying to tie him into it. I don't know if he's listening live. I don't know. But I'm having a natter with him with regards to that show that we were discussing, trying to tie him into a radio. I'd like to say that
just tie him into the radio. He'll be like one of those little radio pixies you see on like the Flintstones. Just open up and he's there.
No, not like that. I meant like he's trying to record it on some little free station thing, and it's just trying to give him some exposure. So I've just kind of wandered in and gone, would you like to do it? So we'll probably have some more news on that at a later date, but needless to say, I'm trying to snag DJs, and I believe I might have just snagged one. Exclusive!
Well, I know some of them were trying to grab him on SSR. So
yeah, well, yeah. First,
you got to be quick with these things, and then you got to get them to sign an exclusivity contract.
Yeah, make him actually sign a contract.
I got to start doing that with my stuff as well. Another famous site keeps borrowing them.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm sure you don't.
Well, I'd like to point out that before you took him, I had him first.
I take him for different content anyway.
If you're going to pick a point about stealing stuff,
I use them for completely different things anyway.
Oh,
I
really?
don't care.
Sorry, I'm not there for you, you pony-loving freak. Not like that.
Yes, not like that.
Shadid just popped into the IRC. This reminds me of a conversation we were having last week where I was asking for usernames and passwords so that I could get in and start writing reviews on the new Radio Sega site. For that point, I'd like to point out I've not actually done it yet. In keeping with this is something that I'm going to do as a matter of urgency and then put it off for 2 weeks. I haven't actually done it. We started to have a joke about the whole the fact that he wanted to know why I wanted his password, and then we started having joking about scams.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was quite amusing. The choice usage of poor English was quite amusing.
I honestly can't remember mine. I'm set to auto login. I can't remember.
Yeah. So, yeah. When I'm at some point this week, I'm going to actually sit down with new Radio Sega now that I know how to turn it on and off, and actually have a nose round, see if I can start writing some pages.
You're actually close to setting off and getting ready? You're that close now?
We have a website which I can open and close at will, and I have been told how to write HTML pages. So I can start writing the reviews into the main site. At this present moment in time, I have no reason to disbelieve that we will not be ready for March. I think we are still quite close and on target for a March release date, as we announced at the start of the year.
But I mean, how long has it been in development now?
Oh, it was scheduled to launch in October of 2009.
That's
a long time ago.
I
Yes.
think we've been. Well, no, we were waiting longer for Duke Nukem Forever, but it's starting to reach that sort of territory.
To be quite fair, though, when Radio Sega Project 7 comes out, it will be better than Duke Nukem Forever. So,
well, that's not hard, really, is it?
no, not really. No.
You realise you still haven't updated the widget on the front page which says "Fund Radio Sega to get our new front page up for March 2010, March 2011."
Yeah, do you know what? I don't know how to do that, so I that's why I've not done it. I'm going to be honest. I honestly have no idea.
I'm going to go have a look at it, see if I can figure it out.
But yes, stuff happened.
Stuff happened.
Because stuff always happens.
The First for Figures Tails statue came out for pre-order.
Yeah, that went straight on my list, even though I can't afford it.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, thank God it doesn't come out
edition
till...
with the trippy
And
mushrooms.
again, I'm going to say that Knuckles is going to come out for about June, and we're going to because what else have they done for pre-order that hasn't come out yet? Is there the link on the Epona thing?
They have, and money has started to be taken out for that.
But that'll be
if you're
out people in what, the next couple of weeks?
No, the FlexiPay, because Mina had her first payment taken out last week. So if they keep to schedule, it should be out in March.
I mean, bear in mind though, with the Knuckles with the Sonic statues, they've said they're given a time, and then they've pushed it back, generally by about 6 months in the end. So
They have, and I
I could easily see the Knuckles statue coming out September, October time. Generally, there seems to be a year between announcement and actual final delivery of product.
There does, but seeing as they've got Knuckles and Tails scheduled for a 2012 launch, I think Knuckles is definitely on for this year. Tails could slip into next year.
Yeah, I certainly, since Knuckles was announced last year, I could see him this year. Tails could easily slip into 2013, which is fine with me because that gives me more time to to build a nest egg of money for it.
Do you know what? I thought you were going to just stop at like building a nest, and it's like you're actually going to build him a nest to sit in.
Yes, I'm going to build him a nest made out of lesser Tails merch.
Yeah,
Lesser
here you are, Tails. Yeah, well, he's the greater Tails, isn't he? In like RPG lore, you always have a lesser demon and a greater demon. Well, you know, all of the lesser merch.
I just have this bad envisionment of some sort of next anime con or something. We're just gonna have Tiba just turn up as a giant Sonic and Vger turn up as a giant Tails.
I've done that already.
You haven't.
Shadid in the IRC asked what I do for a living, to which Shadix, this is probably going to get confusing, says that I'm a pimp and you're all my bitches.
That's nice.
Oh my!
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of this.
No, well, to be quite fair, nor was I. So if you all want to be my bitches, then that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I do find the whole idea of being quite daunting because. I mean, there's just some of you that I don't think I'd get any clients for.
Everybody say hi to a guy because he's listening.
Hi, tall guy. You're a bit like Vger, you need to get a life and start watching manly programs.
He-Man!
I watched Man.
No, He-Man's a bit on the other side of the manly scale. That's a bit effeminate, but on the other side of the spectrum. You know, he's basically running around with in BDSM gear, trying to assault people with a rather large sword. D'Artagnan says Vger must have a Tails room. Well, when he lived in Leeds, no, there wasn't a Tails room. I can vouch for that. Well, not that I saw anyway.
Someone was occupying my merch room at the time, so otherwise, yes, there would have been.
Yeah.
Yes. I need to get on to Kev about getting the rest of these videos up. I really want to see the Phil I Am a Man video. That's it.
Didn't we get that at the end of the last?
He has a whole video that he has 2 more Portsmouth videos.
Yeah. I know one of them will have that little line in proper.
And I don't know what the other one is. That's the thing. I don't know what the last one is.
Oh no.
Tall guy, as if by magic. M20 says, "Hi, tall guy. Why aren't you in the IRC?" And he just appears. It seems like you can call him. You know, it's just he's got an ear for these things. Someone says tall guy, and he's like,
him with the power of his demon magic.
Yes. Yes. He just appears. Hi, tall guy. We love you really, but to be quite fair, you know, you do need to stop with the pony.
No, he doesn't. He makes me look sane.
Actually, to be quite honest with you, how are you going to cope if it ever got cancelled? What would you do? I asked this as a...
I do what he does with Star Trek and just watch the reruns.
Believe it or not, I've dealt with shows being cancelled before. Shows I really want to continue, so it's no sweat off my back. I'll just go, okay, fine, I'll find something else to be addicted to.
I mean, I ask this as a serious question because for those of you who aren't quite aware, there was a program that aired in America over the past 5 years called Chuck, which is bloody amazing.
Really, you're gonna go into this?
Here we go.
Only briefly, but I was just going to say that it finished yesterday, and it was.
Chuck, was it that good?
Do you know what? I quite liked it.
No, don't get me wrong. Each to their own. But I personally don't think it was as good as everybody thought it was.
To be honest, I've never watched it.
If boobs was the only reason you'd watch a program, then Chuck is a very good reason to watch it. It's a very good example of.
Yay! I'm sold on this now.
Yeah, although it doesn't really have that much. It doesn't. Let's be honest.
It's certainly worth watching. It's worth watching and seeing if you can.
I just watched Transformers 3 tonight for whatever the girl's name was in it. Because Shia LaBeouf is not worth watching.
He's any film that he's in isn't worth watching for him.
Yeah,
there are a couple of instances that aren't worth watching at all.
For 15 minutes, and I wanted to kill him.
Yeah, he's like he reminds me a lot of Dakota Fanning in that when during her fledgling career, all she was pretty good at was screaming, but nobody really liked her doing it. And all he seems to have a habit of doing is shouting, and nobody really wants him to do that either. So, Transformers 3, I quite liked it actually. I thought it was a lot better than the second one, but then there's no racist Transformers, so that probably helped.
Yeah, not having that in, and also the thing with the 2 wrecking balls. That's what they were. They were. Yeah, but that was the wrecking ball ones were the racist ones, weren't they?
No, the wrecking ball ones were Devastator's balls.
Oh yeah, that was it. I remember now. Bloody hell.
Michael Bay in the end blamed the bad movie on the writer's strike. I don't blame it on the writer's strike. I blame it on Michael Bay.
Ruin a franchise.
No, I think I agree with Michael Bay, and it was entirely the fault of the writer's strike, because if there wasn't a writer's strike, he wouldn't have been tempted to start writing it himself, because that's clear, those sort of things. I mean, I'm not actually confirming that he wrote any of the film, but those sort of ideas that got put in are clearly the idea of someone who doesn't write a script for a living.
Yeah, okay. Conceivably, Michael Bay probably wrote some of it, and then decided to leave him off the set credit.
Come on, guys, let's be honest. What is the biggest American market right now? And
explosions!
Exactly. It's not nerds like us, because look at, what was it? What was the film that came out? I can't remember the name of it. The nerdy one with all the game references in it.
Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim. That came out against the Expendables. What won?
Yeah, the Expendables.
And I just watched the Expendables for the first time the other day. It's such a meathead movie.
What the hell was that? The other end. That's amazing. I like that.
Clearly, watching Expendables has lowered my IQ.
Well, what I tend to do with
I
films
watched
like
it a couple of weeks ago and just wasn't impressed. And I thought, I know
I
people
love the
like
Expendables.
this. Why?
You see, the thing with the Expendables is, and this is proving the point that I said earlier about having a Sega radio show and not talking about Sega at all. But the thing that I love about the Expendables is it's one of those films where you just sit down, you put the disc in the tray, and then you go, okay, then brain, go to sleep for 90 minutes. I'll hit myself on the head when it's finished. And you just sit there and
Isn't it like a 2.5-hour film?
No, I don't think it's that long. Hang on, I'll have a look. My cable should stretch long enough for me to reach the Blu-ray because I got it as a Christmas present.
I'm quite sure you're going to watch Expendables 2 when it comes out as well, aren't you?
Yep.
Well,
it's 103 minutes long, so not quite 2.5 hours.
8 minutes.
I mean, I'm all for movies that you switch your brain off to. Hence why I watched Transformers 3 this afternoon.
Yeah,
But sometimes I wish they just had a bit more.
Yeah. Do you actually sit there and sing along to the music at the beginning? My little pony, my little pony. Is it still got that?
Just sad.
Is it still got like the original 1980s theme tune music?
They've jazzed it up, so it's very nice.
Sing it, Vger.
I don't really.
But having never heard the original 80s music,
Come on. Sing the new one, Vger. I'm sure your legion of bronies in the IRC will appreciate it.
I'm good.
Do it. No. Yeah. Well. Yeah. You're saying you're good. Well, prove it then. Come on.
No, I honestly can't remember the lyrics off the top of my head.
Such
because
a
most of the
liar.
time,
You are such a liar.
Yeah. You just can't.
I'm terrible like this with all lyrics. I cannot remember them. So
I am shaking my head at disbelief in you.
Quite sure if we got Andy on, he'd quite happily sing Cupcakes.
Oh, Cupcakes is easy. See that? I'm singing in my head now.
Oh dear Lord.
But there again, there's only 5 words to that.
Andy's a loony.
Yeah, Tall Guy has actually started singing it in the IRC, so if you're not in the IRC yet...
Please listen to us.
He probably is, actually. That's probably a very good point. He probably is just sat there, just...
Singing My Little Pony theme just to make up for the fact that I'm not.
Yeah.
If you get him on Skype, then he could sing for you.
If we can get him to sing it, and then when he's finished, I can just kick him out and go, right, thanks for that, and just boot him out.
You do know, if you're giving him his own show on your site, a Radio Sega, then you may have to endure this anyway.
Yes. Well, I won't have to personally, because I just won't listen to it, but yeah.
That's a lot of X's.
Only his listeners have to endure it.
That's a lot of X's there, Dart, so I really don't know what you're trying to, say.
Sonic the Porno.
Exactly.
Sonic Triple X. Oh dear.
No, wait.
Go!
This is
It's so when I see go! Go, let's go!
Oh no, someone had to Sonic
Underground.
Next time I meet you, I'm gonna slap you.
I'm gonna be quite honest here.
About their mother would be found. Sonic Underground.
It hurts me deep inside. It really does.
Right now, 23 people are tuned in thinking, why the hell am I listening to this? Don't worry. I'm hosting a show.
Why are you listening to this?
Yeah. Don't worry, people.
Thrown away to a sea of wands of a deadly fate.
Yeah, don't worry, people. I'm hosting the show. I don't quite know what's going on either.
That's good. Nobody truly knows when I'm on what's happening.
No.
Especially me.
What you need to do, Phil, is do a radio show where you get other people in. And they could just do the show for you. You could just slip.
I have done that.
If I was to read this exactly as Shadid wrote it, we got Sonic. He can win it. Sonic. He got the attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive.
That is clearly the next living sedative track.
That's clearly what would happen if Arnold Schwarzenegger started singing. Oh, dearie me. Why are people singing Sonic? I don't actually think I've got Sonic Underground on here. I'm afraid.
Oh, you mean the track, dude? I'm quite sure we
Yeah.
can find it in like 5 seconds if need be.
It'd be on Sega Media. I've decided against downloading it.
Good man.
Yeah.
Hang on. We need to go for a music break in a little bit. I'm gonna go on there and get it.
Oh,
Seeing
you
as-
guys at your Sega. Yeah, well.
Yeah. Well, now you're all going to be tortured.
Andy, what
Well,
do
you
you want
started
me
singing
to do? What do you want me to do?
Yes, do it now.
Do it! Do it now! Sing it like Arnie! Do it now! Do it now! Do it now! Triplets born, the throne awaits, to see our wands of a deadly fate!
Oh dear.
Do it. That's full of...
Just needs a little bit more work. Just a little bit. But otherwise,
Okay.
you're perfect.
Vger, get to the chopper! Do it now!
Yes, Mr. Arnie.
Yeah.
That is a really bad Arnie impression there.
I don't do impressions well. I don't sing. I don't
Really?
do impressions. I don't do much of anything. In fact, just sit here and talk rubbish.
Drink pork.
Sonic
Yes,
search results for
except
Sonic
for
Underground
Frank.
come up for nothing. Are you actually telling me that he does not have Sonic Underground on here?
Sing Sadlin's lyric. No! I ain't doing that. No, go to hell. And you
Why?
can go to hell too. We wouldn't want you to feel left out.
Why is it not on here?
Try Rex actually. I know Kev put up. I'm quite sure Kev put up a little thingy.
Rex is a good call. Depository.
I know, he's got it.
I don't know. I'll go have a look.
You might not have it, even if you
Do
didn't. YouTube has it.
I'm sure this.
Mate, YouTube is as simple as going Google search.
Yeah, I know. Actually.
Yeah, I'm just having a look on the Sonic Stadium. When did the Sonic Stadium lose their music archive?
I think it was something to do around with the whole point that they don't want people just ripping it straight off of there. I don't know why.
Yeah,
They
but
don't have
that's
Sonic
the whole
Underground.
sensitivity rule, which is when a new CD comes out, they don't put it up for about a year. That was the previous rule on it, kind of thing.
Do you know what? I just can't be asked. We might do it a bit later. Right now, though, I can't be bothered.
It's actually Satam's actually on Satam's on Rex, but not Underground.
I think I've got
Yeah, so
Satam
it's-
actually.
Because
Sonic
Satam's
Satam?
awesome.
Yeah, I have
Who's
got Sonic
Satam?
Satam.
Do you- oh,
Yeah,
it's
let's
better
have-
than nothing.
Let's have Satam.
Stuff Rex Factor 2012. Andy, don't give away our secrets, God.
Oh, what are you singing?
We no Pet Shop. No.
Oh no!
Hang on. Why did we not do this? Completely forgot. As soon as we saw him come in the IRC.
It's a whole
As soon-
lot of fun. Prizes to be won.
To be quite fair, he should have seen this coming a mile off, and I completely forgot. It's almost as if he's like, "Oh, he's not going to do it. He's finally gotten over it." No, I haven't.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, Funhouse.
It's a real crazy show where anything will go.
Use your body and your brain.
It's time for Funhouse! Wacky contestants, messy games, the Fun Car Grand Prix race, and the Crazy J's doing lots of prizes. Now here's the guy who puts the fun into Funhouse, Pat Sharp! 8-bit to 128-bit, we play the best in Sega music.
Hello and welcome back. You're catching the end of Skies of Arcadia, Great Silver Shrine. Before that, Golden Axe and Wilderness, because to be quite honest with you, I was panicking and needed to put a track on because it only dawned on me near the end of The Fastest Thing Alive that I didn't have any music on queued up, so I just panicked and put Wilderness on. I don't think people mind it too much, but yeah, it wasn't meant to go on. So yeah, I've noticed something a bit odd during this last music break. We were going to discuss something completely different, which we'll get onto in a minute. Someone who I follow on Twitter posted a YouTube video of somebody who's for some reason attempting to port Sonic Unleashed into Sonic Generations on the PC.
Are we talking about the day stages, or are we talking about the entire game, so wearables and all?
The only one that I'm seeing at the moment is the day stage. They're doing the fourth test version of Windmill Isle. There is a video though.
Well, if it's just the day stages, I can understand it, because they'll be using the beta model from Generations and Colors.
I don't really know. But there was something that you'd already mentioned we was going to discuss, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it was already.
The Crush 40 reveal on the new music.
That was it. Yeah, Crush 40 are writing new music, or
Yay,
at least teasing us with song titles.
No, we got teased with the first two lines of the one song called Sonic Youth. Remember?
Yes.
So
I would
I've
not
opened
be at
my
all
heart, and I've lived and learned.
Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if that's going to be tied into some sort of Sonic game for this year.
Yeah.
Or, released. It would suggest as much, wouldn't it? Really.
Well, to be fair, to have a nostalgia-filled song would have, probably come out better with Generations, maybe.
Yeah, it would actually. Now you mention it, it's a bit silly, isn't it? Really.
I'd be rather surprised if they came out with another big production game this year.
They won't. Just not at all. They'll
No,
do
there's
episode
not a
2,
chance.
and they'll save a big reveal for 2013.
Yeah,
And,
because
I
they've
imagine-
had 2 years with big games. They can't.
Yeah.
They can't do it like that.
I imagine we'll have a big game reveal for 2013. We'll have episode 3 in 14,
Yeah.
and we'll probably won't see another big game until the next anniversary.
Or well, they may do something to push the next gaming console generation.
I wouldn't be at all surprised to see. I mean, not so much a big title, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if Sonic game reveals for like proper Sonic games, like Generations, proper game reveals for the Wii U, the 3DS, and the Vita being too far away. But as I say, I
could
wouldn't
see-
count those as main games. I'd see them more spin-offs.
I could see something for the 3DS and the Vita quite easily. Possibly
Vita will
Wii
get
U.
Rivals 3.
I'm not so sure about that. I don't
No,
know how
I'm not so
popular
sure on
the
that.
first two were.
First two are pretty good games, but it's more the fact that would Backbone work on them again.
Yeah,
you know.
and to be honest, I think they were commissioned as a pair. Thinking about it, they both serve fairly similar. It's fairly similar setup. It's like, okay, shove one out the door, and we'll shove a second one out the door as well because we have all these production assets and we know what we're doing already.
Yeah, I mean, I quite liked them actually, but
Yeah,
I
they were
think-
nice games.
I think Dimps seem to be the handheld developer of choice now, for better or worse. So
I mean,
obviously any game
did
that's made
good
would have
work.
to be.
They did good work with the Rush series. I can't fault them on that.
Yeah, Advance and Rush was good.
Rush Adventure
but-
was Blair.
Yeah, Rush Adventure
I
was a bit
finished it
random.
in a day, but I did still enjoy it.
It's a bit random when it comes to just how the hell it's played. But Generations on 3DS is, oh dear, it is such a, once you get past Mushroom Hill, it is such a massive step backwards in terms of what Dimps can do on handhelds. It's unbelievable. The level design just goes completely to the toilet. Absolutely atrocious.
And if you want to hear more about Generations 3DS review, remember Gavvie has done a lovely review up on the Radio Sega forums.
So go read
did.
it.
Yes,
Uh,
go read it.
I did get to play the demo of the Generations on 3DS, and apart from the headache, I did manage to glitch it, and this was on Mushroom Hill as well. So it's so that inspired confidence in me.
I'd say it's just bad. It's Sonic
well.
Colors DS is something that I haven't played actually. I remember
played
when
it.
back when Kev was in Sega, working for Sega, he sent me Colors on Wii and DS 2 days before release, and I shipped one off to someone else to review because I what are you doing? You're eating your microphone.
Yes.
I'm hungry. Yeah. But no. So yeah, I shipped the DS version off to someone else to review, and I never actually got around to buying it for myself to play it.
Did you get the review?
I got the review. Oh yeah, definitely, got the review.
To be honest, I feel the DS version of Colors was just phoned in. It was just another.
To be honest, if you want my honest opinion on anything that should be a handheld version, there should be more times, especially when they do same branch versions like Colours on the Wii, Colours on the DS. Make compatibility between the two. Bloody hell, companies! You know, Pokemon's been doing it for hundreds of
The
years.
thing is, that's a first
No,
part
hundreds of years sounds about right. Yeah, but
Yeah,
not all
but
first
it's
parties.
Nintendo-
connectability that's proven to exist, and they can
Yes,
do it.
but Nintendo has
I'm
a bad
going
habit
to-
of not
No.
telling other developers useful information on how they do that.
And anybody
not
wonder
to
why
say that,
Nintendo's going down the toilet?
No, not really.
But that's not to say that other developers haven't done it, because let's not forget Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles on the GameCube. Granted, I don't believe it connected to a particular game, but it did make use of the GameCube.
Which one are we
Game Boy
talking about?
Advance
Are we
link
talking
cable.
about Crystal Chronicles on the Cube or Crystal
No.
Chronicles on the Wii?
Yeah, no, the Cube one, because the Wii one's is just the exact
Cube,
same game, isn't
The
it?
Cube, you didn't need to have a separate game. You just linked up your Game Boy Advance, and you had a map there, and you can control it with the Game Boy Advance. The Wii version, however, you needed to have the DS version of the game and the Wii version of the game if you wanted to play together. It was an absolute joke, but you could play it Wi-Fi. So you could play it up on the Wii up there, and if I had the DS version, I could play it down here, and we could play together.
Oh, that's quite fun.
Clever. You say it's quite fun. The game reviewed badly because the Wii version was just basically the DS version on a TV screen.
It was basically it's the same game, same graphics, smaller screen.
Yep.
But it was all right. I mean, if you overlook that bit, the fact that because they both sold at the same price, so which was top end DS price, which wasn't bad. But it was an all right game, and it kept me busy for about a month. Good couple of stuff.
Something that's on my oh no, go on.
I still think, I mean, PlayStation doesn't do it as well. They've got the Vita and the PS console versions. There's still no real connectability. I mean, sure, you've got PSN where you can like download PSN titles and put them on the fucking handheld.
You see, the thing is, it's funny. It's funny that you're saying that because there are actually games that are going to be doing it. Like, for example, I know Capcom are doing this with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Sorry, I was going to say Street Fighter versus Tekken, but that's not what it's called.
You don't get the exclusive characters on both things. You've got exclusive characters which are on the Vita, and you've got exclusive characters which are on the PS3. Mega Man's not on the Vita version.
I thought he was on. I thought they were on both.
No, the latest trailer is PS3, not Vita.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because the one that I watched said
sure.
for
Trust me, I have my sources. It's the latest trailer. I mean, you've got Pac-Man and Small Cat. They're on the Vita, but Mega Man and the other one are PS3 on top of Pac-Man and the Cats. I think there's only one of the two Small Cats that are there as well on the Vita. But
I would like to see the source for that actually, because what I've been reading is that they're on
my source. You can't have my source. That's bad journalism.
Yeah, but it's more the fact that at no point have they actually split PS3 and Vita.
The latest trailer it says for PlayStation 3 exclusive characters.
I'm going to find this now. I need to rewatch it.
You've set him a challenge.
I haven't set
swear
him a
if
challenge. It's just that I've paid more attention.
I'm going to watch it.
My point about this is how long has
Pac-Man versus Mega Man
how
trailer?
Long has the PSP been out? We've had it since at least the PlayStation 2, and during its lifespan, how much connectivity have you had between the PSP and the PS3 other than PlayStation Network downloadable content?
Announcing exclusive characters only on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita systems.
Yeah, because it uses two of the same characters in that trailer. Doesn't say all 5 are exclusive to both. There has been no picture of Mega Man on the Vita console or gameplay of Mega Man on the Vita console.
I think it's more a case of waiting.
I'm actually now even more confused.
Stop trying to confuse your Lord and Master, Pete.
He's not my Lord and Master.
Well, he's Radio Sega's Lord and Master.
Shadid says here, any Sony announced character will be available on both PlayStation platforms.
No, they won't. Because the Vita only has specific memory available to hold.
And then he's actually linked to the PlayStation versions on the Capcom official website. And it actually seems...
Oh, Cole was the other one. There you go. For the PlayStation 3 version. Cole.
Yeah, okay, so that's Cole. So he on his own. Although he's actually shown on the Vita version. Huh, what?
What? No, he's not. Where? Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Right to the bottom.
That's really entertaining.
So that's actually... That's not helped to ease my confusion. And I tell you what, until it's proved otherwise, I'm going to stick with the seemingly common notion that they're available on both.
Besides, why would you want to spend money for the Vita? really.
Well, no. The point that I was originally going to make was we were saying about sharing content. Was more the fact that
It's
any
not about
DLC
sharing
that's...
content. It's about connectability between the two.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is that basically what they're doing with Street Fighter Cross Tekken is any DLC purchased for the PS3 version will also work on the Vita version. So there won't be like separate downloadable content released for both product versions. It's basically, you know, you download the DLC once and you can use it on both.
That just sounds to me like it's an upgrade on the PS Network, though.
Oh yeah, no, it is. But I mean,
Because
there are other
any
games
bet,
that...
it's still going to continue with the same resourcing that you can only download it on 5 consoles, and your Vita will still count as a console. That's all it's going to be.
Well, yeah,
I can
well, it's
understand
2
the
now,
fact
it's
that they're not going
five.
to make you pay
Yeah.
twice for content on the 2 different platforms. That I can understand, but it just seems an extension of what they already have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. But
I personally want to see more connectability between the two. So, like, yeah, I mean, if Sega for some reason decides to bring back the Chow Garden on, you know, obviously Microsoft would fall apart, but if it came out on all of the 3 systems, you'd be able to do the Chow Garden on, say, your
Microsoft...
Wii U or your DS. If you had your fucking Nintendo, you'd be able to do
the Wii U one would be actually quite amazing, because if you think about it, you could just transfer it off of the telly onto the tablet.
Yeah, well, it depends how well the tablet can work away from the machine.
And to be honest, Pete, just as a quick note, Microsoft are trying to push their phone side of their Xbox Live as well, so maybe they'll be connected.
Well, yeah,
that
but
way.
let's be fair, the Windows Phone 7 at the moment is dross. The update that was meant to come at the end of last year was meant to fix that, but it hasn't. It's meant to be a gaming platform, but it's not. It
Not
doesn't
yet,
work.
no.
We need to wait for Windows Phone 8, and my bet is that it still won't be fixed already, because this is Microsoft, which never has anything up to scratch on launch. Ever.
Fair
I'm
enough.
still getting a Windows Phone when I'm doing an upgrade.
Oh, yeah, you're not the only one, but I would personally like a Windows Phone to have the same app accessibility that the iPhone and the Android has. There is so much stuff you can get for an iPhone and an Android in app version that Windows Phone can't have at the moment.
Well, bearing in mind that where they're trying to catch up, basically they're working from a position where they've fallen way behind and they're trying to catch up.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they should have looked at what the market had, come in with the same accessibility that they had, like the other 2 markets have.
It's not
So,
the
at the
easiest thing to do. You got to build a groundwork and then build from there. And all the time you're losing money with all this groundwork, so you need to get your product out there as quickly as possible, then catch up to the competition.
Yeah, but the only people you're going to have buy something like that on launch are going to be your Microsoft fanboys.
Which is true enough, because they haven't sold that well.
I mean, let's be fair. I mean, iPhone 4 was the first iPhone to come out, which you had to pick up on release with a 2-year contract, and then you had iPhone 4S the next year after, which the same people that picked up their iPhone 4 picked up anyway because they were Apple fanboys, even though it had Siri. There was no real major update to the system hardware or software.
Has anyone got an iPhone 4S? Because I'd like someone to ask the question: is Radio Sega the best radio ever? And I want to know what his response would be.
No, I'm going to wait until it's announced this year for the iPhone 5, because my contract will finish at the same time. So I'll be getting an iPhone 5, which I imagine will have Siri on it anyway.
So no.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably jump to a 4S when I can afford it. My contract's up. But it's like I'm waiting.
I want to ask this question because we did obviously when we mentioned him briefly when we was on about Street Fighter. It's kind of been a massive topic of debate, it seems, since it was announced. What are your opinions on Mega Man?
It's the cover-up from Mega Man 9. I don't see what people's issue are with it.
Well, no, it's more Mega Man 1, isn't it, actually?
No, it's the cover-up from Mega Man 9.
Is it the Mega Man 9 one?
Yeah. Because it was the biggest joke of the lot. or Mega Man 3, I can't remember. But it's a joke character. It's not meant to be serious. If they wanted him in there in a serious form, they would have had him in there in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yes. The costume he's wearing is definitely from Mega Man 1 on the NES. I'm looking at it now. It just looks stupid.
It is
I like
interesting.
It's a complete
It's
joke.
not
It's
what
the
I
same as,
imagined.
it's the same as how Pac-Man seems to be riding the wooden character from the Tekken series.
That is funny. That is just hilarious. Yeah, I have to admit, when I saw Mega Man,
There for me. You will never see
yeah.
them in the serious tournaments ever.
No.
They won't be that good.
but I just think it's funny.
Street Fighter X Tekken is going to come in, and they've already announced there's going to be some massive tournaments as soon as it's released. Massive tournaments. It's coming in with like a set thing or something. Ridiculous stuff.
Silver Sonic tells me to get Iris on Android. It's the same as Siri. Okay then.
Oh, it's not Siri backwards, is it? Oh my god.
No. Hang on. I'm going to go to the Android market. We'll have a look.
Anyway,
I bet it doesn't work.
We're going to have to look at starting to wrap this up for some music before midnight, are we?
Yeah, don't worry. I'm on it. Yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah.
But first, I'm searching for Iris. Iris Alpha. What is this?
That's
do?
my thought.
Is
This has seemingly turned into the Pete's going to ramble and rant for half an hour show.
Damn right, it's a lot easier that way.
Clearly, I could rant about everything for everything.
Okay, this is free, so let's download it and we'll see what it comes up with. Something that started out as a tongue-in-cheek something that I didn't quite catch.
A winner
but
was
I
you
did
says,
read
I
it.
personally think it's Capcom's way of saying sorry for cancelling Mega Man Universe. No, Capcom's way of saying sorry for cancelling Mega Man Universe would be to give me Mega Man Universe. Sorry, that's the only way that
I
it's
thought,
going to happen.
I thought quite
Yeah.
honestly, I thought Mega Man Universe looked brilliant.
It did. They had the Megas that were going to do music for the actual game, and they would have worked for cheap. For cheap. They're a fan band. They would have worked on the cheap for that game.
Yes.
Right
I mean, I don't think
Right then,
Capcom's doing that well at the moment, are they, really?
No, Capcom are doing perfectly fine. The biggest problem with Capcom is that they like trolling their customer base.
Text
Why?
to speech,
That's
I
the
need
easiest way to lose their customers.
Really? I know a lot of people that listen to this show which agree with me. There's a lot of the Monster Hunter thing, but they won't release stuff that, like, a lot of people want Monster Hunter on the consoles. And they did it in Japan, and they won't release it in the West. And it's really, really annoying, because what did we get? We got Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii, which, albeit in itself, was a good game. But what are they doing? Instead of giving us a brand new one, no. They're giving us Monster Hunter 3 DS, which is the same as the Wii version, just with a few extra bits and pieces.
Just on the DS, not a 3DS at least.
No, it's Monster Hunter
it's
3DS.
Yes.
Oh, 3DS. Yeah.
Isn't it called, in Japan it was called Monster Hunter Tri G or something?
Well, it was called, Monster Hunter 3 was called Monster Hunter Tri in Japan, so...
Yeah, I know, that's what I say, yeah, but Tri G is like the 3DS version.
Yeah, but it's
Don't
Monster
quite
Hunter
know why.
3DS or something, but... give me the console version, that's all I want. Just the console version, I won't complain much.
I've never actually played a Monster Hunter game before.
It's good, especially if you play it with friends. It really is, it's amazing.
I
Monster
think I can
Hunter 3.
guess the gist of the game.
I played Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii with some friends when I was working at game. It is absolutely fantastic. Especially when you play it with friends, it's a fantastic game.
This Iris thing is taking its time.
Well, I'm sure you'll have it for next week anyway.
No, I'm going to have it for this week. It's just taking its
We're
time.
running a bit tight on time now, aren't we? Especially if we want 15 minutes of music and not to annoy the person that comes after us.
We'll be fine. Don't fret.
It's fine. But yeah, I'd like a proper Monster Hunter console game. I really would.
Yeah, I'd say it's something that I'd like to take a look at, but I don't know. I don't know whether I'll ever get around to it.
It's just one of those things.
Dum, dum, dum.
Anyway, how is your lovely
Hello.
better half?
My lovely better half. I don't even know if she's tuned in. She can't have done because
I
she
don't think
said
she
something on
is this
Twitter
week.
by now.
I think she's like
No.
busy.
Yeah, she's probably gone to bed actually.
That wouldn't surprise me either.
No, but no, she's good. She's good. We had a fun day here today. We watched we watched the last 2 episodes of Chuck. She had to do some work, so I spent some time playing Dead Island and punching zombies in the face because I can. And that was about it really.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Installing voice data on SD card. Yes, please do. And don't take me back to the market to download and install the same. Why is it wanting to do this again? Oh, no. Oh dear. This is just going round in circles.
It spins you right round, baby, right round like a pain.
Tap on the icon below to ask. Okay. If I tap... Hello, what is your name? Hello, what is your name?
My name is Pete.
No, I don't... What do you mean, your... Hi, my name is Chacha, and I am here to answer your questions 247. So you obviously can't say Cha-Cha again, thanks for Cha-Chaing. What should we ask
Okay.
it?
What's the meaning of life?
Also, Phil, have you checked your MSN, by the way?
Yes. Oh yes, that. I bookmarked that for later. Thank you.
Yep,
Hang on,
no
2
worries.
seconds. I need you to shh a minute. Is Radio Sega the best radio station in the world? I asked about the Israeli flag of the best radio station. I don't think you quite understood me.
Possibly not.
Possibly not.
No, I don't like this. It's getting deleted. Sorry, it's just crap. That is crap. I'm downloading it. It is crap.
You're downloading it's crap. That's what it's.
No, I'm uninstalling it because it's crap. Crap. Just ask Iris what you want to know. Yeah, I'd ask him, but it's just not responding. Rubbish. Right, so
No.
yes, now that that little thing's gone away. Yeah, we should probably start to close off. There's no music playing on the stream at the moment, but we'll put some on in a mo. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll-
Yeah, boy.
So next
What he
week,
said.
yeah, boy. Next week, am I going to be on my own? I
Next
don't
week. Meh.
Right, I had a request for Crisis City from Sonic 2006. I have to ask, do we want Skyscraper, the Flames, or whatever the other one called, the Tornado?
Tornado.
Tornado.
Aye, Tornado. So yes, no, I don't actually know if I'm going to be on my own or if I'll have any guests with me, or even if, I don't know. Silver Sonic goes, it's in the alpha phrase. Yes, I know it's in the alpha.
I'm not tying myself down to anything at the moment. I may or may not be busy next week.
Okie dokies. Oh, just as a point of note, Steam has come out on Android this week. It's a closed beta, so it's very likely that you could download it, and you're not actually in the beta yet. Oh, for God's sake! Yeah, I know you want me to access from another computer. Yeah, you can get it on Android and iOS. It is pretty good. Or at least it would be if I could get in it, because it's a closed beta. So at the minute, you can download the app for free. But if your account's not actually chosen to go into Steam, then into the beta, then you can't go in yet. But by downloading it and trying to register, they will remember. And then the next time you go in, I've got friend requests. Where have they come from? But yeah, no. So yes. Next week I'm probably on my own. I'll probably have guests. Who knows? I don't. And we will discuss whatever comes to mind. I might have a bit more of a natter about Captain America Super Soldier, actually, which is something that I bought today because Sega never sent me a review copy and I wanted to review it. So we might have a bit of a natter about that once I've had some more game time. I might go into a Final Fantasy mode and start talking a little bit about Final Fantasy 13-2. If I've completed 13 by then. Yeah, it's doubtful. It's very doubtful that I'll have completed 13 by then. But and yeah, anything else that springs to mind? I suppose we should probably cover the Sonic 4 Episode 2 concept art at the moment. This week looks like the Game Gear. Very much like the Game Gear versions. Resident SD's listening into to the show, it seems. I never actually saw him. I have just logged into Steam. I do have access to it, so I don't need to worry about an invite.
I think anybody that has an Android pretty much has access to the beta. I haven't seen anybody that's mentioned they've got an Android not have access yet.
I didn't have access when it was launched, but that's changed.
It could be an open beta now, so they could be pretty much inviting anyone and everyone.
No idea. But yeah, that's pretty much that. So yes, we shall. We're going to leave you with some music, and as I say, we'll see what happens next week. Silver Sonic is pretty much screaming that he wants the Sonic 3D remix from Sonic Generations. You know, if you're not going to ask nicely and look like you're getting pissy, then you're not going to get it. But seeing as I don't really want anyone crying over spilt milk, we'll get that played as well. If I can find it. Because I want to use the Game Rip version, because the soundtrack does not tell you what it is on the track. I will find it.
Isn't it Challenge 5?
Is it? Oh, yeah, Mission 5, yeah, Sonic 3. No, I found it, yeah, Mission 5. Awesome, right, well, we're going to go, because then we can finish on time. I will be back at 10 o'clock next week. No idea if anyone else will be, but I'll be here. And
Gavvie needs some alone time.
I need some alone time. No, not really. I don't care. I like having guests on. But yes, I will be back next week at 10 o'clock. And as to whether anyone else will be, I don't know. So it's a good night from myself.
I guess it's a good night from me as well.
It's good night from him.
Yeah, I was waiting for just someone to just go, oh wait, hang on, this is left open-ended.
Yeah, I'm still here, so good night.
Yeah, yes.
It's good night from them, and it's good night from me.
And with that, there's nothing more to be said. Enjoy some awesome music, and if you want to listen to a show that's on at midnight, Sega Fantasy Zone's following on at midnight. I have no idea what it's about, so tune in. It starts in about 10 minutes' time. Bye.
Bye.
Want to listen to this show again? Download it from tomorrow at radiosega.net.